Hi there, I'm Tracy and this is the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel. Today I have for you an episode of my lit review series. This is going to be focused on the Garden Blooms collection that was released recently by Goose Creek. There are 8 candles in the collection. I did only snag 6. That's because 2 of them are ones that either I'm not interested in or that I already have the ones that it's duping. So I'm going to focus on ones that are all new to me, plus the new fragrances to share with you during this video. So there are, let's see, there are 3 new fragrances, and then the 2 I did not get are the gardenia petals, and that's because I am not a gardenia candle fan. It's just not my thing. I've tried burning Bath & Body Works gardenia with all the windows and doors open, and it's still overpowering for me, so I did skip that one. And then I also skipped the lilac garden candle because I've heard that that is a dupe of fresh cut lilacs from Bath & Body Works, which I already own and have an extra of, don't need any more. But if you like that candle, I would say pick up lilac garden. Let's start with, I'll just grab one here. This one is a new fragrance. This is Wildberry Wisteria. So new to Goose Creek, new to me. Also, I love the labels on this series. For the most part, just looks like a clear glass jar. And then this one has the Wisteria florals. It is a wraparound label, so you do get florals all the way around. And then I love this foil centerpiece here where the font is. Little butterfly on the front too, flying around. All of these have gold lids. This one, the wax color is kind of a greenish, very light green. And the wicks on this are thin stiff. Scent notes are juicy wild berries, purple wisteria, and sweet amber. Oh, I really like this one. I'm a little worried it's not going to be strong. It's a very soft floral berry fragrance. Beautiful, well balanced, well done. You get the berries. It feels like a raspberry kind of blackberry combo. A little bit tart, juicy, but also sweet. And then you get the wisteria. It's not super sharp. It's not bright. It's just a really pleasant, soft floral. Reads a little bit body care to me. I'm guessing that's coming from the sweet amber that's in here. Just smells like I want this in a lotion or a body cream. Oh, that's gorgeous. My brain is a little bit confused because I kind of want to eat this, but it also clearly smells like a body lotion. So my brain is trying to make sense of like, what are you smelling? It would make a good like macaron flavor too. So that's the Wildberry Wisteria. Love it. Here for it. Think I'm going to enjoy that one. Next one I pulled out, now y'all, I would never ever buy this candle, but I wanted to give it a chance. Plus, it's a new fragrance for you and for me, so I tossed it in the cart. This is the White Picket Honeysuckle. I am not a fan of honeysuckle, generally speaking. I do really like the label on this one. You've got the honeysuckle florals, and then there are little, soon-to-be, butterflies. These are the little caterpillar form. Just kind of chilling, walking around the label. There's a couple more up here. Also has the gold foil and then the caterpillar on the front. This one, same color wax, same wicks. So a little bit green. Ooh, I can smell that honeysuckle. Scent notes are sweet honeysuckle, orange flower, and garden vines. I don't like honeysuckle, but in reference to the other honeysuckle candles I've smelled, this is actually okay. I feel like it's not as sharp, and there's a creaminess to it. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but there's a creaminess, and then I feel like that garden vine, it's just adding like a grounding element that makes it feel fresh. So it's not, I feel like all the honeysuckle candles are really like super sharp and sweet. And this one feels a little bit grounded in some earthiness and some creaminess. Helps to kind of round it out a little bit. Yeah, really pretty. I'm actually liking it more than I thought I would on cold. Have a feeling this one's going to be really strong. It's strong on cold. We'll see. Next one I pulled out, this one is also new. This is the Passionfruit Peony. Again, similar jar, except for you have peonies on this one. And then look at the little ants all over, crawling around. And ants and peonies have a mutual relationship. So the peonies need the ants to help them blossom, to take off some of the nectar and the stickiness so that they can open up. And then, of course, the ants need the sugar from the peony. So they have a mutual relationship, and once all the nectar from the flower has been eaten off, the ants move on. So I like that that's represented there. This one has pink passion fruit, sweet peony blooms, and blonde woods. Not usually a fan of blonde woods, but usually love peony. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. I'm not getting I'm getting peony, but this doesn't smell like blonde woods or passion fruit to me. This smells like something from Bath & Body Works. Can't place it. Okay. It is very body care to me. Definitely smells like something I would expect out of a body cream, body lotion. I could see this being a fine fragrance mist. It's gorgeous. The peony, sometimes peony can be off-putting. It can read, I think, kind of edgy and a little bit sharp. This one is more sweet, very pretty floral, but then it's blending with the passion fruit, which I tend to think of passion fruit also as being really high-pitched, sometimes has that like bitter, sharp note that almost reads like urine, and I'm not getting that at all. So these two fragrances that can often be kind of off-putting are actually playing really nicely together. And I don't get blonde woods at all. I tend to think of blonde woods as almost reading like a birch, or you get like a cologne or a perfumey essence that's really overpowering. That's been my experience with blonde woods, and this one is more warm and it just feels earthy. Yeah, so you get the floral from the peony, you get just this hint of sharpness from the passion fruit, and then it's grounded by this earthiness. This is such a well-rounded, gorgeous combination of fragrance. Oh, that's so pretty. And I don't have anything like this candle. So beautiful. If that's anything like it is on warm, that's going to be anything like it is on cold. On warm, it's going to be absolutely divine. Next one. Oh, this one's cute too. Orange Blossom. This one's a returning fragrance. You've got the oranges with the orange blossom flowers. You've got some bees, which those trees do attract the bees, y'all. I have a lot of orange trees in my neighborhood, and the bees are everywhere. Bee on the label here. This one is more of a yellow. It's almost like a lime and yellow mixed together. And these are kind of thin, stiff wicks. Scent notes. Ooh, this smells good. Orange blossom, golden neroli, fresh oranges, and leafy greens. I like this one too. The green note's stronger than I think I'd like. I'm interested to see how that will evolve on warm. Right now, the green note is giving kind of a grassy / parsley vibe. I don't know exactly what leafy greens is supposed to be. And then that is helping to balance some of that really sharp white floral that comes from an orange blossom. The neroli's in there. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of hitting a little bit higher on the register. So you're getting some kind of sharp brightness from the neroli. I don't get a whole lot of the juiciness that I would expect from a fresh orange. But there is like a sweet element in here that I feel like is helping to balance the sharpness of the neroli and the white floral aspect of the orange blossom. Yeah, this is stellar. On cold, I think the green note is a little too prominent. I'm hoping on warm, which is usually what happens with neroli and orange blossom, is they are powerhouses and they come to life. I'm hoping that will overpower the green note on warm. It's beautiful as is, but I do think it would benefit from a little bit less green. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It reminds me of like there's a luxury line one, neroli Is it Neroli Sands? I forget. I'll put the picture up here. It reminds me a little bit of that one, but much less body care-esque and not as strong on the Orange Blossom and the Neroli. A little bit more, I think, well-balanced. Gorgeous. Two more. This one is the Lavender de France. So you've got the lavender florals. You've got, I think those are supposed to be some, looks like some sort of ladybug, although it's not red like a traditional ladybug. Some sort of beetle flying around with the lavender leaves. And this one has, oh, that's pretty, like a purple wax color with thin, stiff wicks. And this one is a returning fragrance. So this one is new to me, but probably not new to some of y'all. Scent notes are fresh lavender, Mediterranean fields, and fresh lavender leaves. Yeah, it smells like lavender. It's a earthy lavender. I think sometimes lavender can read super floral and kind of sweet. This one's, I think, pretty central in that range. I get a hint of sweetness, but I also get the earthiness. It very much smells like if you ever go for a walk and you have a lavender plant and you kind of pinch the floral buds and then you smell your hands, you get all the oils from the floral. It smells like that. Yeah, very authentic and very simple. I think I'm craving a little bit more complexity, but also it's nice to just have like a straight up lavender fragrance. I feel like the lavender and bergamot from Bath & Body Works is nice, but you've got that bergamot element. Goose Creek does a lavender vanilla that it's like, well, I've got vanilla in there. This one is just like feels like a purist lavender fragrance. Really pretty, really clean, very fresh and earthy. Last one is Southern Garden. This one, let's see, I think this one's also returning. Yeah, this is also a returning fragrance. This one does actually have the red ladybug. And then you've got some florals here. This is hyacinth. There's also cut roses in here, so they could have added some roses to the label, but they went with just the hyacinth. It's spring hyacinth, fresh cut roses, cooling greens, and southern moss. Not always a fan of the moss, y'all. Wax on this one is white, same wicks. It's pretty. Yeah, get the hyacinth first. Do I get rose in here? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Definitely a fresh cut rose fragrance. So you're getting the scent of like a rose bud that's kind of just opening up, but I'm also getting the sense of like the greenery that comes with roses. And the hyacinth adds a little bit more sharpness. You get like, it almost smells like a white, like a sharp white floral, but it's really well balanced with the sweetness of the rose and the earthiness from the greens. Or the rose leaves, what are they calling it? Cooling greens, huh? I would expect like more of a eucalyptus vibe. It just smells more like a fresh green to me, and I don't get moss. Which is good for me, because I'm not usually a moss fan. Yeah, this is pretty, on cold, this is pretty strong. I think this is probably going to be a thrower on warm. If you don't like florals, this is not your gig. But I like the complexity that the rose is adding to this candle. So it's not just a rose candle, there's more to it, and it's really pretty. So that one is the Southern Gardens. All right, I'm going to go fire these up and get some footage and get some notes taken on what the warm impression is, and I will be right back after the cut to share those with you. All right, y'all, I have spent several days with this collection, and I have to say, I know it ranked third in the poll of the series you wanted to see first, but this collection is absolutely beautiful. I love all these candles. So every single one of these I would recommend to you. I really enjoyed burning them. And there were a couple that I'm actually really surprised that I like because it was something I did not think I would enjoy. So I'm going to do the warm impression in the same order as the cold impression. So we're going to start with a Wildberry Wisteria. I'm going to put the burn video up here on my left, your right. And I want to highlight that these jars are a luminary. So the way that the shape of the florals on here, when the wax melts and the flame shines through it, it projects onto the wall. I just thought that was a really nice added touch. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. It makes sense given the way the label looks, but I was surprised while filming to see that. So you'll see that the shape changes slightly depending on what's on the jar, but that will be in the video so that you can see how beautiful that is. Just a nice touch that I really enjoyed. This one, the very first thing in my notes is gorge in capital letters. I absolutely love this candle. You get that fruity berry note. They're calling it wild berries, but I just got a sense of like a raspberry and a blackberry blend. It's very sweet, tart, and just, it's delicious. Definitely feels like a summer fragrance to me. The floral on this with the wisteria is not strong at all, so if you are put off by florals, I would recommend snagging this one because that is a light floral note, and I feel like for me it was fruit forward and then the floral just added some complexity so that you got more than just berries in terms of scent notes. I also found this to be a little bit creamy, a little bit sweet, almost by way of like body care, but not too perfumey at all. Overall, it had good throw. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but it did do a good job of filling my garage space, which is converted to an office, so there's no windows, door is sealed. You're not going to get a whole lot of air circulation in there. So it might change if you had a window open or the air conditioner going, right? Something to circulate, but down there, I would say good throw and medium strength, so it's not overpowering if you're sitting next to it either, but it's just really nice and pleasant. Yeah, I really enjoy this one. This is definitely repurchase worthy for me, and I cannot wait to spend more time with this one. The second one was White Picket Honeysuckle. Now this is the one that surprised me, y'all, because I don't normally like honeysuckle fragrances. I don't like Bath & Body Works honeysuckle. I always find it to be really overpowering. The floral note in it just kind of bugs me in terms of like headspace. Like I feel like I get kind of headache or queasy feelings from honeysuckle. So I was really apprehensive to buy this one, but snagged it for the review because it is a new fragrance for Goose Creek and I wanted to be able to give you all an impression. And I will tell you that it's actually very, very pleasant, and I was shocked by how much I like it. Now, with that said, what's important to note is that I don't feel like this candle had really strong strength. So I would say medium strength at best, and I actually found the throw to be low, which was, again, shocking to me because I'm used to the Bath & Body Works one, which I feel like just kind of mows me over when I walk by it. Whereas this one, I walked into the garage space and was like, that's the honeysuckle, right? Like I was doubting which candle I was burning because the throw was so low. I would argue that if you don't like honeysuckle, this one's worth a try. If you kind of like it, but you're usually on the fence about it, I think this one is really pretty. It's not going to be as offensive. It's not going to be too sharp. It's not going to be too white floral. It's just kind of a sweet, light floral honeysuckle, and I really enjoy it. So this might also like build my tolerance to this fragrance so that maybe next year I can graduate to the Bath & Body version. We'll see. I don't know. That one was really overpowering for me. Third, I'm going to keep saying this, y'all. I love this candle. This is the Passionfruit Peony. Again, you get the luminary and you get a slightly different shape with this one. This is absolutely amazing. The combination of peony with passion fruit. Now, normally passion fruit can read pretty bright, might be the right word. You almost get like a urine-y fragrance from passion fruit in the same way that you might a peach or a pineapple. And then I also feel like with peony, people either like it or don't. It can be kind of polarizing. Usually peony is a pretty strong fragrance. Feels a little bit like rose to me, but also feels more earthy and a little bit more powerful in the candles that I've had that have peony in it. However, this one is very well balanced. The kind of sweetness from the peony helps to balance some of that brightness or that pea-ish, sharp, sour note from the passion fruit, and they just play so nicely together. You get this combination of tartness from the passion fruit, the sweetness from the peony. The peony is not too overpowering. I don't know if astringent is the right word, but sometimes I feel like peony can make your like nose and sinuses feel kind of weird, almost dry, like alcohol might. And you don't get that at all from this peony fragrance. It also had good throw and good strength. I would say average. It didn't overpower me. It didn't creep up the stairs. Just a very pleasant, warm, creamy, floral fruit combination. And unexpected. I really was expecting that passion fruit to come through and take over, and they just balance each other so nicely. Yeah, I highly recommend this one. This one would also be a repurchase for me. It's just really well done. Fourth is the Orange Blossom. This one also surprised me quite a bit, y'all, and not necessarily in the most favorable way. I enjoy this candle, don't get me wrong. I do like it. This is not one I would send back. It's not like I feel like it's completely broken or wrong. But I think I am accustomed, because I have been burning it, to the Neroli Sands candle from Goose Creek, which is a part of their luxury line. So I think I was expecting to be really just hit with Neroli and Orange Blossom. And I feel like this one, which is good news, but just different and less than what I was expecting, is much more well balanced than the Neroli Sands. So the Neroli Sands, there is no denying there's Orange Blossom in that. There is no denying there is Neroli in that. It's a beautiful fragrance, but it is a powerhouse. Whereas this one I felt like was not as much of a powerhouse, and there's a green note in this one. Let's see, yeah, they're calling it leafy greens that comes through. I don't even know if I can explain it exactly. I wrote vegetal. It just feels like an actual garden green, like a carrot top, a parsley. It's not a floral green. It's not like that floral green note that was in the Perfect Rose for Valentine's. It's not that. It literally smells like a vegetal green to me. So that ends up kind of counteracting some of the really, really sharp white floral that you might get from an Orange Blossom, and helping to ground some of the like sweet juiciness that's in this from, is it the orange, fresh orange that's in here? And I do feel like you get a sense of the neroli, but I wrote in my notes just a bit of neroli. It's like the focus is on the Orange Blossom and the fruit and the greens with like a little splash of neroli mixed in there. I overall prefer the Neroli Sands over this one, but I also feel like if you are accustomed to less neroli, or you're seeking out something that's not quite so potent, this would be a good option for you. If I had a choice, I would purchase the Neroli Sands first, but I really like that one. Fifth, we have the Lavender de France. Now this one, I mean, I put no frills. It is exactly what it claims to be. It is an authentic, natural lavender fragrance. I don't get anything in here that makes me think of anything else. It is exactly how it should be. It's floral, it's sweet, it's earthy, and this one is pretty strong. So you get strong fragrance from the floral if you're sitting right next to it. It had decent throw. I wouldn't say, it didn't creep up the stairs. I feel like it comfortably filled the space, but it wasn't going to be something that was going to overwhelm you when you walked into the room. And I didn't talk about the throw on this one. I'm realizing I forgot that part. I would say medium strength. The throw was also medium. It wasn't the powerhouse I was expecting with Orange Blossom and Neroli. But back to lavender. Yeah, it's just basically strong if you're next to it, but not necessarily strong throw. It's just gorgeous. It just smells like the perfect lavender candle. The only criticism I would have is that I am used to more complexity in my lavender candles. Some vanilla, maybe some bergamot in there. And there's nothing in this. So if you want that complexity, you're probably not going to enjoy this one as much. But for me, I think there's two benefits to this one. One is it's just beautiful by itself, and it's really nice in terms of like aromatherapy. And two, you can blend this with lots of other candle fragrances you have, and it will add a nice lavender floral touch. So also repurchase worthy in my opinion. I'm trying to decide where I want to put that one. Oh, this series is hard to rank, y'all. I like all of them so much. And then last but not least is the Southern Garden. Now this one is the one with the hyacinth, the roses, the cooling greens, and the moss. I was worried about the moss in this one, but honestly, it doesn't really come through very strong. I feel like there's just like this hint of green, and it's not, I don't get like the earthy moss note I was expecting. This smells more like a floral green to me, like something you would expect from like a bouquet of roses, like the greenery, or if you bought a professional bouquet from a florist and it just has that like kind of dewy green note. It smells like that to me. The floral in this one, I'm guessing it's probably the hyacinth because I'm picking up on a vibe of like a pretty strong white floral note. So if you don't like sharp white florals, this one might not be a go-to for you. I normally am not a huge fan of the sharp white florals. Like I don't like the gardenia. I don't like some orange blossoms. I'm not always crazy about jasmine. I didn't find this one to be too offensive. I'm not necessarily gravitating towards it. It's not the one in the bunch that I'm most excited about, but it's also pleasant and I'm happy to be burning it as a part of this collection. This one was strong when you were next to it, good throw. So in general, I think all of these, yeah, none of these were duds in terms of throw at all. So yeah, impressed with this collection. So my ranking, if I had to choose and put these in order, I'm going to go with number 6 is going to be the one I just talked about, the Southern Gardens. And that's just because of the sharp white floral. Again, I still like this candle, but somebody's got to be last, you know? It's the rules of the ranking. Number 5, I would choose the Orange Blossom. That's because I think I've been spoiled by the Neroli Sands, not because that candle is deficient in any way. Plus, it's just got some stiff competition. 4, I'm going to choose the Lavender. Again, love this one. And it's got some stiff competition and it belongs higher up on any other list. But in comparison to the next 3, it can't compare. You're going to be shocked. For number 3, I went with the White Picket Honeysuckle. Surprised how much I like this. I'm really excited to actually have a honeysuckle candle that I'm looking forward to burning. So that's going to be fun. But it definitely isn't beating out my top 2. And number 2 is going to be the Passionfruit Peony. I love peony fragrances, not always crazy about passion fruit, but I love how these two are playing together. And then number 1, hands down, no question, no competition for this one, is the Wildberry Wisteria. I love this one, y'all. In fact, I might just snag a backup of this with my next order because I don't want it to disappear. Okay, you have my cold impressions, you have my first burn impressions. This is a beautiful collection. Now keep in mind, I only shared with you 6 of these, but there are 2 more I didn't purchase. There's the, what's the one with the lilacs? Because that one I've heard is a dupe for Fresh Cut Lilacs from Bath & Body Works. And then there's also the Gardenia Petals, which I did not snag because it wasn't a new fragrance, and I do not like gardenia in most cases. Although now, knowing what I know about the honeysuckle, I'm like, maybe I should have grabbed it because maybe it would have been a very pleasant gardenia candle. So I might toss that into my next cart too and just give that one a try. I'm not sure, but I think it could be good if I'm enjoying the honeysuckle one. Let me know, did you order any of these? Some of these are returning. Have you burned them before? Please share your experiences, your thoughts, your passions about this collection in the comments below. I would love for you all to have some community and have more perspective and insights because mine are just my own. And that's one of the great things about the candle community. There's a lot of diverse smells and interpretations out there for us to learn from and enjoy. So I would love to hear from you. Also, if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for watching my video again today. Y'all really are awesome, and I just love talking with you about candles and that you appreciate the stuff that I'm creating. And so thank you. If you are new and you like this sort of review, make sure you subscribe. I do this kind of stuff on the regular basis, and I also have a lot of really fun stuff coming up on my channel. I'm going to have Talking Tea Tuesday. We're getting into the end of the month, so you know you're going to have an empties, at least one video. I'll be sharing with you my April rotation video very soon. You don't want to miss out, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell if you want to know as soon as my content is released. All right, everyone, I will see you again tomorrow. I have a box right here of the new, what is it, the Beachy series. I bought every single one because they are all new to me, and I want to share this with you, so you'll see that video posted tomorrow. Until then, take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.